your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Whether you say pawpaw or papaya, one thing is certain. This fruit is perhaps one that can go down in the record books as one of the largest ever grown on Grand Bahama. As Jay Philippe tells us, this giant papaya is the pride and joy of an excited backyard farmer.
The papaya that you see here weighs over 9 pounds. The tree that you see was planted not so long ago, but has since produced some sweet tasting fruit. Zena Robbins, who's responsible for the papayas, says that this is the best crop of papayas that she's ever grown in all of her years of backyard farming.
About 3 months after Dorian, I got a potted papaya, and I put it in the ground right here. And this is the result of that tree.
The vibrant colored fruit has a wide variety of health benefits. Zena says this papaya catch came as a pleasant surprise.
When I saw the budding on it, the budding was a lot of, flowering, and I said, oh, wow, I'm going to have papayas this year. Well, we say pawpaw. I will have pawpaw this year. And then when I saw it growing, and it keep growing, and it was green, and it didn't even start to turn yet, I said, gee, that could be a giant one.
The Bimini native, who has a passion for farming, says when she realized that the tree began bearing fruit, she started to commit more TLC, hoping that the tree would bring forth crop.
I plant other things too, like tomatoes and different things. So I try to water them in the morning or in the evening as much as I can.
According to Zena, backyard farming is in her DNA. She says growing her own crops has proven to be beneficial, although it may be time-consuming.
My mom, who passed away 4 years ago, she's a green thumb, and all of my aunts, her sisters, they were green thumbs. So it's in my DNA. I just don't have the time that I want to put into growing stuff, but I love doing it. I go in a meditative state. When you see me come out here, put on my shorts and start weeding, I zone out, or planting. I love it.
Zena tells us that the most surprising aspect of the large papaya fruit tree is that it grew in the area where the ground was filled with rocks.
The grounds in the back of these houses are so rocky, some of them. And when I first got this house over 20-something years ago, I moved plenty rocks from in the back here, buckets and buckets and buckets. So after many years of tilling the ground, digging here, putting soil there, compost, after a while it's coming around, and I think that's causing a lot of the stuff to yield.
I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
Nice, great story, Jay. Well, if you're a parent with a child who loves to read books filled with captivating pictures, then you may be interested in this book called Walking Wally. The children's book was written in 2007 and published in 2013 by a Long Island native who started her career as a teacher but is now a reserved assistant superintendent of police. Our Miko Knowles picks up this story.
Walking Wally, written by Reserved Assistant Superintendent of Police Shirley Morris, is a children's book about an old man living on Long Island.
He was a farmer, but he also enjoyed walking, so his friends called him Walking Wally. One day he got up and he decided that he would go walking, and during his walk he encountered some challenges. So the book deals with how he dealt with the challenges.
A quick turn through the pages and a child can quickly tell what those challenges are.
Because of the way the book is written, it's not a true story, and there's some things in there that they would question and say, but how did this happen? Just looking at some of the pictures and listening to reading about it, they would say, well, how did this happen? And so it's gonna help them to think more and try to figure out how did something happen in the book and how is it possible for this to happen.
Morris says she has written Sunday school literature for Caribbean Christian publications for over a decade, and one day she decided to do it for herself. This is her first children's book.
So I went online and Googled how to write children's books, and I did a course. And during the course, one of the assignments was to write a story and send it to see if you can get a publisher to publish it for you. I tried, had no luck. So I said, you know what? Let me just put it in print for myself. So that's how the book came about.
Now the book can be found in online stores such as Amazon. Locally, it can be found at the Children's Library. The author also gave 3 schools in the 8 Mile Rock area a copy of Walking Wally. Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
Good news coming from the island of Bimini. Son of the soil, Marvin Saunders, the former Florida State University and University of Kansas tight end, has agreed to a professional football contract to play in Spain. Saunders signed with Las Rosas Black Demons of Spain's LNFA Football League. Back in 2019, Saunders had an opportunity to earn a roster spot in the National Football League with Cleveland Browns. He received an invitation from the Cleveland Browns for their rookie mini-champ tryout as an undrafted free agent. We caught up with Marvin, who is currently in Spain preparing for the season.
We're in the Spanish league in Madrid. I'm in Madrid, Spain right now. There's a Spanish league up here, you know, going through from January to June, a 6-month league, playing teams around Spain, and then, you know, have a playoffs and everything like that. So they asked me if I was interested in playing, and we connected there, and then discussed contract and everything like that, and then the rest is history, and I'm here. So, you know, I'm just thankful for this opportunity, and we've been training the last couple of days and stuff like that, and we're about to hit practice, start on Wednesday, and our first game is on in about a week or so against one of their rivals and stuff like that. So we're just getting prepared for that right now.
Now, most recently, Saunders served as a physical education teacher at Gateway Christian Academy School and was also a fitness trainer on that island. We say congratulations to Marvin Saunders on his recent signing. Well, finally in news, the Grand Bahama Christian Council's elections taking place at the hour at the St. Paul's Methodist Church here in Freeport. The elections, which are usually set for the 3rd Tuesday in January every 2 years, were due to take place in 2020. However, incumbent president of the Grand Bahama Christian Council, Pastor Robert Lockhart, says challenges brought on by Hurricane Dorian in September 2019 affected their plans and changed the normal functioning of the council in regards to administration. He says the COVID-19 pandemic further affected their plans, making them unable to hold those elections at the time. However, he says they're now in a better position to hold those elections. Pastor Lockhart says only those pastors and churches that are financially up to date and registered will be able to participate in this election. Every church is allowed their pastor along with 2 delegates to participate. Now, Reverend Lockhart also saying that he intends on offering himself again for another term. Stay with us. Our Facebook friend of the night up next.